Hi everybody, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks for joining us as we track another week of spring weather blowing across the country. Let's get into it. Here's the animated wind map and we've got the temperature added to it today. So the orange you can see faintly around Hawke's Bay, Gisborne, parts of Northland and eastern parts of the South Island indicates you're getting into the 20s. In fact, the mid to late 20s possible around the eastern side of the North Island thanks to this big northwest flow that is coming out of Australia, out of the Coral Sea area and out of the subtropics. And then it warms up even further as it comes over these eastern ranges. So a fairly hot day on the way this Monday across the North Island's eastern areas. That's where the Australian heat is going to be most noticeable. Then we get to Tuesday. This is how Tuesday looks. There is a cold front currently moving up the South Island. So South Islanders on Monday will notice a bit of a temperature drop as it comes on in, and then it moves up right over the whole South Island by about lunchtime Tuesday. In the North Island, there's a band of rain, a cold front there. So your weather is about to get cooler behind that front. It's still fairly warm and windy ahead of it, especially in eastern areas around Northland, Gisborne and Hawke's Bay. So that's how Tuesday's looking. To Wednesday, and a small area of low pressure forms around the North Island. We're so used to it now, it's just another day at work, right? The cold front moves out to sea, but I've got a positive for you here. There are two high pressure systems. One is way out to the east, blocking that front, and the other one is moving into the Tasman Sea area. Now this is key, because for the last month or two, the highs have all been tracking to the north and sometimes they just brush maybe Northland. What we're seeing now is are these big highs drifting and dropping further south. So they're coming further down into the Tasman Sea. They're coming further down around the North Island. So we do see that change starting on Wednesday. You notice it on Thursday, in comes that high. It's still to the north of us, but it's pushing down a ridge, which means you've got a pretty calm Thursday in both islands. Although the windy westerlies or northwesterlies do return later on Thursday around the South Island. And then by Friday, it is a bit windy again around central areas. Nothing too major, probably nothing even too damaging at all. It's not at that level. It's just blustery, typical spring bluster. So you've got the windy westerlies, showers on the west coast, mostly dry along that eastern coastline. And then we head in towards the weekend. This is how Saturday looks. And once again, just focused on those big highs. There's a really big one there, way out over near Perth, that is drifting in, and it's sort of further south than the other highs we've been seeing, which have all been over central Australia and then to our north. So we're seeing hints now that the highs are drifting further towards us. The more they come in over us, the more they push down all these windy westerlies. They get pushed further into the Southern Ocean and things start to calm down around New Zealand. That action usually happens in November. I'm not saying we're getting it earlier this year, but we're actually missing out on a lot of highs at the moment. So to get any sort of high pressure from Australia coming our way would be good, but the weekend looks a bit windy with the westerlies and the showers continuing along the west coast. That is all from me for today. We'll update you again on Tuesday.